the mistake you made at your wedding?
Honey, I love you, but said I do. Not my mistake. I love my wife. I'm going to get in trouble for that, aren't I?
Yeah.
Afternoon, Crime Spies. Boy, we have some challenges today, don't we? So the trial started for Timothy Bliefnick this morning around 9 o'clock, and I was under the impression we were going to get a live court feed. Well, apparently I was wrong. Apparently this court proceeding is going to be a lot like Lori Vallow's was, except we are going to have video camera of the proceeding. It's just the judge is going to release, from what I understand, the morning session after it's been finished, and then repeat in the afternoon. Supposedly, Muddy Waters is going to be one of the news outlets that's going to have the live replay or the replay of the proceedings. So I've had to resort to following two different places on Twitter. One is Muddy Waters and the other one is KHQA News. So what I've done is I've just kind of compiled all of their tweets. Heaven forbid they actually put it in a thread so I can have Thread Reader unroll it. So I've just been sitting here as they post an update in the comments, and then compiled it. So I did read it into iMovie and was going to just publish that, but that takes too long to upload. So I'm just going to wing it. So this is going to be the morning session recap. There was opening statements and 7 witnesses. So, and pardon me if I pronounce these people's names wrong, because like I said, I've already recorded this audio, and I'm just gonna read. It's much easier. It's faster. So here we go. On Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023, at approximately 9 a.m., the courtroom welcomed the arrival of the 12 jurors responsible for determining the fate of murder suspect Tim Bliefnick. Comprised of an equal representation of 6 men and 6 women, the jury members entered the room, catching the Bliefnick's glaze as they took their seats. Judge Adrian proceeded to provide instructions to the jurors, outlining the schedule for the trial proceedings. Each day would consist of a morning break, a lunch break lasting 1 hour, during which the jurors would have time on their own, and this, of course, is until deliberations are started, and then an afternoon break. The court each day would conclude at around 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Assistant State Attorney Josh Jones from Adams County requested the unsealing of all previously sealed documents pertaining to the Timothy Bliefnick trial. Within the courtroom, various pieces of evidence are present, including cell phones and text records, divorce records, video footage from surveillance cameras in the neighborhoods surrounding the residences of both Tim and Becky Bliefnick on Hampshire and Kentucky roads, respectively, and relevant Facebook posts, and even a bicycle is in the courtroom. In the case of the People versus Tim Bliefnick, Assistant State Attorney Josh Jones commenced his opening statement providing a vivid portrayal of the crime scene. Jones alleged that Tim Bliefnick had not committed, quote, the perfect crime, unquote, as evidenced by the presence of 27 shell casings in the home that matched the 8 shell casings discovered next to Becky Bliefnick's lifeless body. With a somber tone, Jones painted a grim picture of the final moments of Becky Bliefnick's life, describing an atmosphere of fear, panic, and eventual death. He accused Tim of callously shooting his estranged wife a staggering 14 times within the confines of her Quincy residence. Continuing his narrative, Jones delved into the contentious divorce proceedings between the Bliefnicks. He emphasized that Becky's last moments were not spent in the comforting embrace of their children, implying a tragic end to her life. As part of the prosecution's case, Jones revealed a crucial piece of evidence, a text message sent by Becky to a family member. In the message, she expressed her fear and directly implicated Tim as the potential perpetrator if anything were to happen to her. Additionally, Jones claimed that Tim had made statements denying Becky's entitlements to his money during their divorce proceedings. Strengthening his argument, Jones asserted that all the bullets fired at the crime scene were discharged from the same firearm. He highlighted the discovery of 8 shell casings near the victim's body, emphasizing again that a total of 27 matching shell casings were found in the defendant's basement. This correlation, Jones argued, strongly linked him to the type of ammunition found at the scene of Becky Bliefnick's tragic demise. Now, during Josh Jones's opening statement, defense attorney Casey Schnack, again, I apologize if I'm getting the name wrong. I haven't seen the video yet because it hasn't come out. Defense attorney Casey, let me start again. During Josh Jones' opening statement, defense attorney Casey Schnack abruptly requested to approach Judge Adrian, causing a momentary interruption in the proceedings. The lawyers and the judge then adjourned to chambers to address the defense's objection. After discussion in chambers, Judge Adrian ultimately denied Schnack's motion and then resumed the trial, allowing Josh Jones to continue with his opening statement. He resumed his opening statement by making damning allegations against Tim Bliefnick. Jones claimed that Tim's search history revealed disturbing queries, often topics such as how to utilize a crowbar, a homemade silencer, determine police response times, how to open a window from the outside using a crowbar, and how to wash gunpowder off of one's hands. Continuing his narrative, Jones introduced a video evidence from approximately a week before the murder showing an unidentified individual riding a bicycle from the vicinity of Tim Bliefnick's residence towards the direction of the victim's house. Furthermore, Jones pointed out a significant detail. During the time frame corresponding to Becky Bliefnick's tragic demise, Tim's smartwatch failed to record any activities or whereabouts, indicating a potential window of opportunity for the crime to occur. A visual aid in the form of a photo was presented to support this claim. The prosecutor then proceeded to paint a chilling picture of events, asserting that Tim Bliefnick climbed into the second-story window of Becky's home, forcibly breaking a window with a crowbar. Once inside, Tim allegedly shot Becky 14 times, leaving her in a state of terror, bleeding, and ultimately alone. With the conclusion of Jones's opening statement, the judge called for another conference in chambers before defense attorney Casey Schnack would commence her opening statement. Now, defense attorney Casey Schnack commenced her opening statement by acknowledging the compelling narrative presented by prosecutor Josh Jones, but cautioned the jury that a well-told story does not equate to evidence of truth. Schnack assured the jury that the true evidence would emerge from the witness stand, where they would be able to determine what is truly factual and what is not. According to asserting the presence of reasonable doubt, Schnack emphasized that the case was saturated with it. She challenged the significance of the bike in question, pointing out that it bore no trace of Tim Bliefnick's DNA nor fingerprints. Furthermore, she deemed the video footage capturing an individual on the bike inconclusive, arguing that it was impossible to definitively identify the person shown. Addressing the crowbar evidence and a footprint found on the carpet within Becky's home, Schnack deemed them inconclusive as well. She contended that the state had solely focused on Tim as a suspect, neglecting to consider any other potential perpetrators due to their presumption of his motive. Schnack also brought attention to the Aldi's bags found at Tim's residence, asserting that they did not match the fibers discovered at the scene of Becky's murder. In conclusion, the defense attorney confidently stated that the evidence presented would not demonstrate beyond a reasonable doubt that Tim Bliefnick was responsible for the heinous act of murder. So those were the two opening statements. And again, I'm compiling a story based on the tweets that I'm getting. Okay, so then the first witness to be called was Bill Postel. And again, if I'm mutilating these names, I'm sorry, but the video hasn't been released, and I'm just going based on the spelling. Prosecutor proceeded to call first witness Bill Postel, which is Rebecca's father, to the stand. Postel confirmed that Becky was his youngest daughter. Postel recounted the events of the day his daughter was tragically murdered. He testified that he received a text message from Tim, which requested him to contact Becky regarding the pickup of their 3 boys from Tim's residence. According to Tim's message, he had not heard from Becky and was unsure who would be responsible for collecting the children. Tim claimed that Becky had informed him that she was sick. As Assistant State Attorney Laura Keck questioned Postel about the text message, he stated that upon receiving it, he went to Becky's house on Kentucky Road. Upon arrival, he discovered the front door open and Becky's car parked in the garage. Inside, he found Becky's lifeless body lying on the bathroom floor. Postel described her appearance, noting that rigor mortis had already set in, indicating the advanced stage of death. Postel recalled leaving his phone at home and seeking the assistance of his neighbors from a neighbor's house to call 911 for the emergency assistance. The prosecution presented a photograph of Becky's body, asking him if that accurately depicted how he discovered his daughter on the bathroom floor. Postel confirmed its accuracy, concluding his testimony. During cross-examination, defense attorney Schnack, I could use a schnack right now, actually, inquired about Postel's communication with Tim prior to visiting Becky's house. Additionally, she asked if Postel had disturbed the body, to which he reiterated the presence of rigor mortis as a testament to the condition in which he found Becky's remains. Now, the second witness that was called to testify was Rolla Wyke, a neighbor of Rebecca Bliefnick. Wyke recounted the events following Bill Postel's discovery of Becky's body. According to Wyke, Postel rushed to her home after finding Becky's lifeless body and informed her that he needed to use her phone to call 911 as he had forgotten his cell phone. Wyke stated that Postel explicitly said, "I need to use your phone to call 911 because Becky is dead." Additionally, Wyke mentioned that she offered to assist Postel further by offering to pick up his wife, Bernie. During cross-examination, defense attorney Schnack inquired if Wyke had heard any unusual sounds or disturbances from Becky's house on the night of the murder. Wyke responded that she had not heard anything noteworthy. Schnack then questioned Wyke about a phone conversation between Bernie and Tim, during which Tim sounded surprised and exclaimed, "What?" upon being informed of Becky's death. The third witness called to testify was Roberta Hudson, a secretary to St. Peter's School, where the Bliefnick's 3 sons attended. Hudson stated that she did not contact Tim Bliefnick, but rather he had called the school himself. He informed Hudson that he was unable to reach Becky and would be picking up the boys instead of them walking home. This conversation took place on the day of Becky's murder. During cross-examination, defense attorney Schnack inquired about the school's policy regarding timely pickup of the children. She asked Hudson if it was appreciated when parents called ahead in case of any issues. Hudson confirmed that it was indeed appreciated. Prosecutor Jones then asked Hudson if Tim Bliefnick had ever called the school previously to arrange for the boys' pickup, to which Hudson replied no. The fourth witness called to the stand was Brian Lash, a resident who lived directly across the street from Becky. Lash testified that on February 22nd he did not witness nor hear anything unusual in the vicinity. However, he noted that on the morning of February 23rd, he observed an unusual occurrence, that being the front door of Becky's house was left open at around 5:30 a.m. before he departed for work. Lash further stated that he had not heard any disturbances throughout the previous night. The fifth witness to take the stand was Ashley, Schmiedeskamp, a resident living on Kentucky Road and a neighbor of Ray Bliefnick, who is Tim's father. Amy testified that despite residing just a few houses away, she had not seen the Bliefnick children at their grandfather's house for a considerable period of time. Regarding the night of Becky's death, Amy stated that she neither saw Tim nor heard any disturbances during that time. And then again, I'm just going based on the tweets that are being sent out from Muddy Rivers and KHQA. They both kind of just put these two people together, witness 6 and 7. No, my script just vanished. Almost done, people. Okay. The 6th and 7th witnesses, Cecilia and Brandon Gervais, close friends of Becky, residing in St. Peters, Missouri, took the stand. I don't know who was first, one or the other, but that's all we've been given. They testified that Becky had stayed with them from February 19th to February 21st due to a medical procedure she had to undergo. Cecilia stated that she accompanied Becky to her surgery on Monday, while Brandon drove Becky back to Quincy on Tuesday. Following their testimonies, the court adjourned for lunch break, which will last until 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is now 12:25 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I got one more notification. I'm just looking to see if there's any video yet. There is not. So I'm going to end it here and post it. I really don't know what else to do at this point, because the video isn't out yet, but at least now in 18 minutes, I guess, you've got a rundown of the opening statements. The jury is comprised of 6 men, 6 women, and then the testimony from the first 6 witnesses. I will go live as soon as I get a copy of the video. Hopefully, it was understood we were supposed to have it sometime around lunch. And today we're just kind of winging it with this trial, day 1. So thank you so much. And I'll just throw this on quick. So I'll be back as soon as I got some video. And if I don't have any video, I'll be back with afternoon witness testimony.
Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. If you enjoyed the content, please hit that like button. Share this video on your social media. Subscribe to our channel. Turn on those important notifications. Follow us on Twitter. This channel is new, so that means we work for free. Any support is most appreciated through Rumble Rants, Venmo, or Buy Me a Coffee. All links are in the description box below. I look forward to your next visit to Crime Spies. Thanks again so much and have a blessed day.